Hey Beckham and Wando, I'm Gracie Sams, and you're watching East Cooper Student News. Today on the show,
my goal is really just for the program to get bigger and add more spectacle and more color and, really have a presence here in the halls of Wando.
We'll take an inside look at Wando Theater's latest production. Plus, we'll tell you more about one new club bonding over a drink, and we'll get you caught up on all the football action at Beckham and Wando. This is East Cooper Student News, and it starts right now. Thanks for watching ECSN. I'm Gracie Sams. Many people say fall is their favorite season. Between the crisp air, fall festivals, and haunted houses, fall has a lot to offer. And workers at Boone Hall Fright Nights couldn't agree more. ECSN reporter Maria Pacone has more.
Horns, chainsaws, and double kick drums. That's all the sounds of Mount Pleasant's favorite fall attraction, Fright Night.
It's incredible to see how many people will come to Fright Night, especially a lot of the locals and a lot of tourists.
Alex Spears is one of about 350 people who work at Fright Night, and Alex is a teenager. In fact, event director Ryan Neal says he hired around 70 people between ages 16 and 19 to help run the show.
We have a super diverse cast that ranges from 16-year-old students all the way up through grandparents that are well into their 80s and everything in between, including military, law enforcement, teachers, all kinds of fun stuff.
And all those people work to put together 3 different attractions.
Fright Night workers say they love working at all attractions, but their favorite is right behind me. It's called the Freaks.
I mean, I've worked at Freak Show the most, and it's a lot of fun. I think that Freak Show's fun.
Alex and Isabella are just 2 of the high school-aged workers you heard from. The event runners say they love working around young people.
We love them. I like them. They're all fun. They're all good spirits. They're all high energy. That's what we love.
It's a good thing Fright Night directors like working with young people, because other job opportunities might not be as exciting.
I work Harris Teeter normally, so I would probably be there, which is not nearly as fun as this.
Fright Night workers provide another kind of service to customers by scaring them instead of helping them check out. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Maria Francesca Picone.
Thanks, Maria. We know that lots of students love this Boone Hall event, and we wanted to know what you think. So we asked you on Instagram who you like to go with, and more than 85% of you said you like to go with friends, while very few of you like to go with family. Then we wanted to know what your favorite part of Fright Nights are, and nearly half of you said that your favorite part of Fright Nights is the haunted hayride. No matter what, we know you go to Fright Night for a good scare, and ECSN reporter Sailor Picaro has the story of one man who's been doing attractions like Fright Nights for 20 years.
Cesar Garcia gets his makeup ready each night for Fright Night.
I'm 55 years old. It keeps me youthful. It keeps me going. It keeps me it's just fun.
Cesar says working Fright Nights keeps him young, which he says is important because he's been doing this job for a long time.
I've done this for 20 years or so, back in Texas, in California, Arizona. So I've been doing this for a while.
And Cesar isn't like most members of the Scream team. He has one leg, which keeps his role as an amputee in an autopsy room super realistic.
So I just get him with the water, and if the scare doesn't get him, this will.
As crowds pour into Boone Hall Fright Nights this fall, you can look for your own classmates or for people like Cesar to give you a good scare. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Sailor Picaro.
Thanks, Sailor. Boone Hall workers aren't the only ones in the fall spirit. All English 3 and AP Lang classes at Wando are reading The Crucible this semester, a book based on the Salem witch trials. ECSN reporter Izzy Klein tells us the Wando Theater program is trying to make reading the play a little easier.
For years now, English classes at Wando have had its students read the play The Crucible as a class assignment.
Anytime that you have students in an English class having to read something, there's, a little bit of begrudgingness, to it.
Wando's new theater teacher, Mr. Moser, and his students are performing the famous play and are giving students a different way to see what they read.
But for them to be able to come see the work that they're learning in class be put on, the English class gets to see the full stagecraft.
On Tuesday, October 31st, English classes will have the opportunity to watch a performance of The Crucible during each block. It's something that President of Wando's International Thespian Society, Sadie Handigan, says will help kids understand what they are reading.
I think this project and the show of the Crucible is really going to help students visualize what the Crucible is. I personally am a very visual person, so just reading the play last year, even some details got lost to me, so I think this will really help kids see what's truly going on.
Not just the auditory and visual learners, but also the kinesthetic learners, because coming into the theater, sitting down and watching the material be fully produced allows them to put themselves into the production.
On top of all of that, Wando's theater classes created their own library design projects surrounding the show. Down in Wando's Media Center, you will find a whole collection of bookshelves designed by theater kids. These projects are put on display for everyone at Wando to study sources, discover similar books to the Crucible, and learn the rich history that goes into the show.
I chose women's rights, inequality, education, and more about Puritan societal roles.
With these projects, students will be able to draw more personal connections to the show and dive deeper into the themes and historical connections that the show has to offer.
They would be able to look at the library display projects and go, oh, I see how this connects to McCarthyism. I see how this connects to mass hysteria.
If you're interested in seeing the show, performances will be held each block on Tuesday, October 31st for anyone to watch. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Izzy Klein.
Thanks, Izzy. Make sure to go see The Crucible. It'll be held October 31st during each block. Over at the CAS, the computer science program is shining a spotlight on one of their best students. They chose to recognize Lila Smith for all the work she's done in her classes and learning a new computer language.
In Computer Science A right now, we're generally just learning Java. We did a lot of coding in Python last year, so it's getting to know a new language. And in cybersecurity, we've been just going over the most fundamental ways to protect your data online.
We nominated Lila because she's a fantastic student in every computer science class that she's taken. She's gotten perfect top grades as well as a 5 on the APCSP test. But beyond just the numbers, she's also just a great person to have in class. She's really inquisitive. She picks up on new concepts really quickly, even new programming languages. And she's a really great resource for her peers as well. She's a pleasure to have in class.
Lila comes over to the CAS from Beckham and is currently enrolled in 2 different computer science courses. HOSA and DECA are also trying to give back to the community with their latest hygiene drive. They're accepting any toiletry items like shampoo, toothpaste, shaving cream, and more. You can earn up to 2 service hours by donating 4 full-size items. You can donate your items to J225, L136, the Beacon Market, or room 304 at Beckham. HOSA and DECA are well-known clubs because these clubs exist in most high schools. But Wando is such a big school that different clubs come together and form. This year, Wando's Chocolate Milk Club has been bringing smiles into the halls. Connor Doherty has more on the drink that brings tons of kids together.
If you walked around Wando earlier this month, you'd have seen the club fair in the bus loop. Most clubs are ones you'd typically see in the school, like FCA or chess club, but not this club.
We drink chocolate milk and listen to music, we play milk pong, we just hang out and have a good time before school.
You just heard from Cooper Stapleton, who started this. It's called the Chocolate Milk Club.
I decided to make the club because freshman year of high school, it was when COVID hit. I remember them talking about a chocolate milk club and then it never came up, and so this was my senior year. I decided I wanted to make it.
After deciding to remake the Chocolate Milk Club, all they needed to do was find a teacher to sponsor it.
The kids had the idea for the Chocolate Milk Club to bring it back, and they said, could you sponsor it? And I said, can we meet in the mornings? And they said yes, and I said, absolutely, let's do it.
So they did it. The Chocolate Milk Club held its first meeting earlier this month.
People come in, we say hello, they get their cup of chocolate milk, or 2 or 3, and a cookie or 2 if they want, and hang out.
And it's just a fun club. You probably can meet a couple new friends and just have a free glass of chocolate milk.
Cooper says they had about 80 people show up to the first meeting, and they hope to have more than 100 people join the club in the future. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Connor Doherty.
Thanks, Connor. Let's get you caught up with all the sports action before we leave. A couple weeks ago, Wando took on Stratford at home. The Warriors' offense came to life as they were able to score 28 points, but the Knights won the game with a final score of 39-28. Then, last week, Goose Creek came to town for homecoming. The Warriors kept the score close during the first half, but went on to lose 49-20. During halftime, however, Wando crowned their new homecoming king and queen.
The 2023 homecoming king and queen are Peggy Jr.
Across town, Beckham has been making a playoff push. ECSN reporter Andrew Peterite tells us more as the Bengals host Bluffton.
The Bengals going head-to-head against Bluffton, looking to keep their flawless record. Bengals 5-0 and the Bobcats 4-2. First drive of the game. Chalmers Ballard steps back and finds an easy pass, putting the Bengals up by 1 touchdown. Early in the first, Bluffton finds their wide receiver, beats the safety, and scores. Bluffton converts on the safety and takes the lead over Beckham, 8-7. Still the first quarter. Trevor Reynolds catches the quick throw and jogs it into the end zone. Beckham taking back the lead, 14-8. Third quarter, running back Robert Myers takes the handoff and runs it straight into the end zone. The Bengals getting a 23-point lead on the Bobcats, 38-15. Beckham holding on to their flawless record another game, with their record now 6-0. I'm Andrew Peterite, signing off for ECSN.
Thanks, Andrew. Before we go, you might have noticed something different about our show. That's because we're coming to you from a freshly renovated studio and control room. Everything used to look like this, and now it looks like this. You're looking live into our control room, where we're producing the show. We're excited to bring you the East Cooper student news from our new set in the future. Signing off for ECSN, I'm Gracie Sams.